So in the Gospel of Thomas, there's this part, I think it's like number 6 or 7. It's in the beginning of it. The disciples go up to Jesus and they're like, yo, dude, how do you want us to behave? Like, what should we do? What protocols do we follow to attain the greatness, to stay in touch with this peace? And he's like, do not lie and do not do what you hate. Very simple and to the point. And that's kind of the essence of the stuff that I've been talking about, guys, lately. But I'm going to go into that more because it's like, when you are doing the stuff that you hate, you're basically lying to yourself, aren't you? You're creating this internal dichotomy, this internal conflict. You're like, man, I really know I shouldn't be doing this, or I really don't want to be doing this, but I have to do it. Some part of you saying you have to do it, and some part of you saying you don't want to do it, and you don't have to do it. And your spirit, your soul, it wants to sing, man. Your soul wants to express itself. And I'm not saying that we're never going to do stuff that we don't want to have to do or don't have to do, okay? But what I'm saying is, when everyone's talking about following your passion and following what you love and tapping into the inspiration and your beingness, that's the portal that you need to access to find your truest self. Okay, you don't have to, but most of the time it's gonna help you get there. But the first part of it's also, do not lie, okay? Why? Because nothing's hidden, man. Nothing's hidden. The truth is known. God knows every fucking little intricacy of what you think and feel and are at any given point, and that goes for anything and anyone. And so what needs to come to the surface, the truth that needs to be known, will come when it needs to come. There's nothing that's ever hidden. So he's like, dude, there's nothing to hide, man. Just like enjoy life, play with all of this stuff, guys. Don't take it so seriously. Forgive yourself. Like, there's some shameful stuff in your past and you're like, I can't let anybody know the stuff that I did. Oh my God. Guys, forgive yourself. And if others can't forgive you, then maybe they don't deserve to be in your life at that point. Maybe at some point later down the road that you guys reconcile stuff. But for right now, man, just let it go, okay? And move on with your life. Step into yourself, right? Don't lie. Be honest, man. And it's like when I'm talking about like the eternal grand truth, it's not really like the duality of lying and telling the truth. But you speaking truth, you embodying truth and like being an honest person with integrity, with character, that's honorable and noble, all of the good stuff, right? You will naturally, when you speak this truth and are this truth, also align with yourself with this grand truth. Because that powerful, like truthful correctness, the positivity, the love, it's purely aligned with all of that stuff. It's just like these links, There's this rope and there's these like loops and they're all on that same rope of truth and they're just one after the other, just like passing them down. That's all it is. Just rings on a string. And every little ring is an embodiment, a different variety of what this truth energy is like. And when we speak truth and when we are aligned with the truth of ourselves, then everything flows that much easier. God's like, you know what, man? They kind of figured it out what I've been trying to get at with this like physical incarnation, with this physical reality, this illusion that they've been born into. They're trying and they've kind of figured it out. I'll start sending the stuff that they're meant to have. I'll start putting that in their path more. And hopefully they'll notice those signs. They'll notice those synchronicities. They'll notice how they feel. Don't do what you fucking hate to do, guys. Live your life. Seize the motherfucking day. But why would Jesus keep it so simple? Why? Because he knows all of this stuff stems out of those two basic things, man. Like when you automatically are aligned with not lying and not doing what you hate, then you're just naturally going to be a kinder, more compassionate, more loving person that doesn't do all of the nasty shit. You don't need to keep the 10 commandments in the back of your mind. Thou shalt not this and thou shalt not that. You don't have to like constantly be like worried and thinking, oh no, did I sin? Did I not sin? You're just aligned and you're in the flow and you're surrendered and you're not resisting and you have the true faith and it's perfect. And how repetitive this perfection, this message I keep talking about, it's perfect. Darius, it's not perfect. Look, Darius, it's not perfect. How can it be perfect when people are suffering? Oh no. And you're not getting, it's guys, The same frustration that Jesus felt with his disciples, I feel that way sometimes too. Because people just get stuck on the stupidest little shit. And I'm not calling you stupid. I'm calling that thought, that resistance, stupid. Because it is. It's all silly, man. We're silly, silly little people doing things that we don't like. And the biggest lesson I learned, like when I took my biggest leap of faith, I'm like, this job that I'm in, I fucking hate it. It is eating me alive inside every fucking day I get off work. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with myself with this job that I hate? It's literally the soul-sucking shit. How much longer am I gonna keep fighting that shit, man? Before I take the leap of faith, before I change course. Oh no, it's scary. Darius, you don't have money anymore. You don't have a job anymore. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be on the street, Darius. Oh no. You're gonna lose all of this stuff, Darius. You're gonna lose all these material things. Oh no. As if I'm not provided for always. As if God is not always allowing me to breathe and to think and to interact and to move through life. And the food comes in when it needs to. And the sex comes in when it needs to. And the love, the penetrative love that you embody is within everything and you see it. At what point are we going to wake up? I'm wondering this, like, when are we going to stop doing shit that we hate? When are we going to stop doing all of this nonsense? And part of the issue is that you're not identifying what the nonsense is because you're caught up in your own bullshit. That's the problem. You haven't dissociated from yourself, from your karmic attachments, from your sinning. There's no such thing as sin, man. Jesus even mentions this in the Gospel of Mary, man. They're like, Jesus, what's this sin? He's like, bro, there's no sin, man. He knows this when you've zoomed out far enough, and he was probably telling them this, but that shit didn't get recorded in the actual Gospels, the 4 of them. Maybe the people that read that stuff, they're like, how can we tell people that there's no such thing as sin? How are we going to control these people? How are we going to put the fear of God into them? Maybe they took it out. Or maybe it just wasn't there to begin with. It doesn't matter. But there really is no sin, guys. And I boil it down to just the one sin. You're in alignment or you're not in alignment. And sinning looks like anything when you're not aligned. And that's why, like, when Wayne Dyer comes out with the power of intention, intention's everything, man. You might not be able to understand what I'm doing through the lens of your own mind and perception, but my intention is what trumps everything. Your intention is what trumps everything. People can't account for the shit that we do and think and say. That's why Don Miguel Ruiz is saying, don't assume anything in the 4 agreements. Don't assume. Don't judge. Because you can't know where people are coming from. I mean, for me, when I've glimpsed this eternal truth and I embody it now, I can see shit. I can see through people's shit. So in some sense, I can judge, but I'm not condemning. There's a difference. I can tell you what's right or wrong in the grand scheme of things, but there's really no right or wrong either. You know what I mean? But it's like, I can tell you what's going to bring you more into alignment and what's not. That's ultimately all it ever is. I can tell you what's illusory and what's not. I can tell you what truth is and what it's not. And even with all these words, you really can't 100% point to it. All I can tell you is a whole variety of different stories and meanings and things to get you close. And then you're like, oh, I get what he means by, like, the words aren't the truth themselves. They're just signposters, like, they're just sign points, like Eckhart says. It's just pointing to the truth, man. It's all it can be. The Tao that can be spoken is not the true Tao. You know, if it can be spoken, if it can be on the level of your mind, it's not real. And you've bought into that lie. And then what happens now is, when Jesus is saying, don't lie, he's saying, like, first part, don't do stupid shit that you might need to lie about. You know what I mean? Have some integrity, have some, like, internal compass, have some honesty, have some, like, I know right from wrong. I do. Everybody does. You know stealing's bad. But when you zoom out far enough, there's really no such thing as stealing either. That's the interesting thing. Everything belongs to God. And what we think is ours is just an internal attachment. I could come and take something from you, Am I really stealing? I mean, yeah, I am, because I'm creating internal turmoil for you because of your mental association. But in reality, no, not really. Not like I'm saying, let's be anarchists and go and steal everything, guys. I'm not saying that shit. What I'm saying is, like, when you zoom out far enough and you realize that everything is one, all of these laws and rules and whatever commandments that we place on stuff, they don't really, they're not super, super hardcore important, because you just naturally fall into doing what needs to be done perfectly. And it's always aligned. So why am I going to keep doing stuff that I fucking hate? It is in direct contradiction and conflict to what my soul is asking for at any given moment. And it can be anything, man. It can be anything. You're in a relationship that you hate. You know you should get out of it, but you still stay in it because you're too afraid of, like, not having that person in your life, not having any money that they might have. Whatever different reasonings you have, we keep ourselves stuck in this prison, right? Like with abusive relationships even, women can't, like, get away from, like, these abusive men. I mean, like, I get it, dude. I get the trauma. I get it, all of it. But your true freedom lies outside of that, and you know it. That's why you're conflicted. You're like, I gotta go. I should. It's in the best, interest for me and maybe my kids and all this stuff. But you're still conflicted because there is a small part of you that maybe still does love this person, as twisted and demented as they may be. You see what I mean? And even in, like, less aggressive and, like, abusive relationships, you still know when the relationship has run its course. You still know. You still feel it. You know. If you're confused and wondering, I don't know, like, yeah, it's probably telling you something, guys. I don't want someone to be with me unless they're fucking, like, 100% all in with me, man. Every day, every moment, you are buying back into being with me, and I'm buying back into being with you all the time. I am recognizing it as every moment unfolds. I'm like, wow, she captures my fucking heart every moment, and I want to stay with her. I love her. Get to that place with your partner, guys. Or partners if you're polyamorous. Whatever, man. Do whatever you want. Whatever brings you joy. And people have a hard time figuring out what brings them joy. That's why everyone's lost and wondering about their purpose and all this shit. And I say, like, when you drill it down to, like, its core thing, it's just about experiencing and being here and learning and growing. And the number one purpose that trumps everything is finding your truest self and stopping the search for yourself and all of this illusory shit, right? Like, I get that. But we do have, like, little sub purposes. Like, part of my purpose is to have this channel. How can I deny that? It's been my purpose. I have lived here for over 40 years, getting prepared through all of my life experiences to be able to share all of these things that I've learned, guys, for you, for your growth. And I was lost doing stuff I hated. I was lost in a mental prison in which I hated myself. And so that's what you internalize. This is why Jesus is saying, don't do what you hate, because it's a slippery slope. And don't lie, because now you start lying to yourself and you start hating yourself. So you take all of the brunt of the external world that doesn't work out for you. You're like, it just doesn't, it's God, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And then you internalize it. This didn't work out. This didn't work out. Oh, that means I'm a piece of shit. You make these, like, wrong associations. Stuff doesn't work out in your life, now it's my fault. It's not your fault, guys. It's no one's fault. Stop trying to blame yourselves and placing blame at others' feet as well. Forgive yourself. Move on. You know how hard it was for me to forgive myself, man? You know how hard it was? But the moment that it clicked, that I was like, oh my God, it's all bullshit. How could I not forgive myself for getting caught up in the same thing that everyone else is caught up in? We all get caught up in this stuff, guys. Doing stuff that we hate. For what, man? For what? I need money. Do you? Yeah, you do. But do you? In that specific instance that you're talking about, do you need as much money as you think you need? You see what I mean? There's so many variables to this. I can't know it for you guys. You have two options. You have one higher paying job and one lower paying job. And you're like, oh, I'm feeling kind of greedy. I want the higher paying job. But that lower paying job might bring more fulfillment and joy for you. You'll be doing more good deeds through it. But because, like, it's like 30%, it pays 30% less. You're like, oh no, how am I going to buy all of this extra shit that I don't need? You know what I mean? You don't need a lot, guys. You don't, man. Let it all go. Let all of your possessions go, man. Adopt the anti-consumerist, anti-materialist mentality. I'm not saying you can't go and experience nice stuff and have nice stuff, guys. I'm not saying that. I'm saying stop losing yourself in it. Stop thinking that you need it. Stop thinking that, like, I can't eat generic food because the name brand food is just so much better. Do you see what I mean? What we do? It's food, it's sustenance, man. You can still make delicious food out of generic stuff. You don't need to pay so much. And that extra percentage that you save, you can give. Or you can apply it to some other aspect of your life. I can't buy generic because what are people going to think of me, Darius? If I have family and friends over, they're going to see all these generic boxes and they're going to judge me. Oh, God. What are... don't judge me for the generic shit that I buy, guys. Oh, no. We're ridiculous. We're so ridiculous, guys. Do you hate yourself? It's like, have you gotten to the point where it isn't just the stuff that you do anymore, but you hate your existence yourself? Are you depressed? Are you sad? Are you lonely? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Then wake the fuck up, man. No one's coming to save you. Your attitude is everything. That's the one thing you actually can control. You have choice over it at any given time. It is the active lens that you choose to see life through. And even if you're not spiritual, even if you're a fucking atheist, whatever the fuck, okay, I don't really care. You can still change the attitude. It's everything. It's everything. You change your attitude and everything smiles now. Even the nasty person, you're like, whatever. It'll pass. And then when I'm done with this little sliver of like negativity, I'll move on to like feeling good again. I'm in control of my internal state of being. I'm in control of how I see. You're not going to dictate how I feel. This job that I hate, it's not going to dictate how I feel. But it's causing resistance, man. It's like, would you rather be in a nice environment than in a shitty environment, okay? If you're going to choose, you're obviously going to choose the nice one. But when you're in the shitty one, don't try and force, like you can leave whenever. We place these mental boxes and mental prisons on, like, I can't do this. I can't leave my job, Darius. I don't have enough money saved. You know what I mean? I can't. Well, literally you can, but you're afraid of the consequences of it. And I'm not saying quit your job today, guys. I'm not saying that. I took the leap of faith because I'm delusional, right? I'm fucking insane. I'm the extreme, guys. Okay? I am. Everything I talk about is very binary and extreme. I get it. I'm insane, I know. But it is in that extremity, in that delusion, in the teetering. You're on that line of insanity and awakening. When you're there, that's where it's way more potent and magical, man. So why would I not want to taste that? Why would I not want to embody that? The cool shit happens there, man. You know? I'm not saying that the cool shit doesn't happen when you're not there. I'm saying that it is literally all around you. You can't help but see it in everything. How magical everything is. Don't you want to feel that? Isn't that what we're here for? Yeah, we're here to suffer and learn and stuff, but don't we need to graduate at some point, guys? Or is it just going to be this eternal slog of hell for ourselves and the planet? We have the control, man. And yeah, like a lot of you guys got stuck on my like illusion of free will versus destiny and stuff like that. You guys got stuck on that stuff. We still have control, man. It's meant to feel like we have control. I'm in control, okay? And you get to a point where your choice aligns with the divine will. And you kind of know what your destiny is in a weird way. And you kind of know that you can't die until you do some weird stuff. And it looks different for everyone. Not everybody gets to that place of understanding. This delusional place, like I can't rest until I complete my mission kind of stuff. And that's where I get my delusion from, a lot of it. I know that you guys can't fuck with me. I know that the external cannot fuck with me. It can't. I'm always protected. Even in my death, I'm protected, like I've said. So why would I continue choosing to do stuff that I hate? Why would I limit myself with that fear that I'm just like arbitrarily putting on myself? A lot of us don't recognize this fear that's limiting us, guys. We can't see it. That's part of the issue. The thing that blinds you, you can't see it. That's why the fear, the illusion will always be blind, deaf, and dumb. The darkness cannot know the light. The light can see the darkness, but the darkness cannot see the light. You know how many times I've come up to people that are truly insane and possessed, and I'm speaking to them and they can't hear my words unless I really fucking focus it intentionally to cleanse them in that moment and they can hear me. It's like they're shrouded in this darkness, and then I'm like this like little portal of light, and my voice is like, yo, and like they're like, oh, you're here? But if you're just walking up and they're just like just like foaming at the mouth, like doing whatever, these are the possessed people that Jesus was coming across, man. And he was cleansing them. They can't see you. And it also applies to like intention. If I have a fearful intention, if I'm coming at you because I need to kill you, right, out of a fearful place, and you're fully embodying love, it is much more unlikely that I get to you. Because God's going to show you some signs and you're just going to dip out naturally. You're going to avoid the whole fucking scene entirely. Jesus could see everything ahead of time, guys. He saw it unfolding. He saw everyone's fear and everyone trying to manipulate and trying to like mastermind a plan to kill him. He knew. He's not stupid. He saw that death was impending. That's why he was talking about it ahead of time. He's like, guys, they're going to try and kill me. I can either fight it or I can either submit to it. And he could have fought it. That's like the other timeline, man, is like, what if Jesus didn't submit to his death? What if he chose to fight instead? He could have. It's okay to fight, guys. It's okay to resist. If you believe in something, man. Why do you think everyone's protesting out there nowadays? But don't go too crazy. Don't burn and riot and fucking shit. We don't need to do that. Peaceful resistance, man. Gandhi and MLK. They came to show us that we can do it in today's society. I don't know. How did I get onto this talk? How did I get from don't do what you hate? I guess it's all related, but don't do what you hate and don't lie to like resisting. And it's like the true resistance, man. It's like the true change. It's like the cultural shifts of the collective, and it's going to go where it needs to go. And a lot of people believe in this prophecy and they're manifesting it without realizing it. And there's going to potentially be some worse stuff that comes up in our realities before it gets better. And I just want you guys to know that you're protected, that you have the faith, that you're going to be okay. No matter how scary this external reality looks, it's all an illusion. I know, it's delirious to say that. Someone comes up to you with a gun, someone's got a knife, they're about to kill you, like your life, your physical life is on the line. You're like, Darius, how can I like not be afraid of that? It's like, guys, you get to a place where you realize even your physical self is the illusion, man. Even a part of you is like asking to be released back to the fucking source, because it's like, what's the point of being here anymore? You let go of trying to fight for this life that you have in this one life. You know that you're like, I gotta go sometime. Does it matter what my death looks like, really?